I think for a lot of the actors and so on, going to the conventions in those early days was really weird because it wasn't necessarily dub friendly. Uh, and I know Tiffany did her first convention incognito. She actually worked the booth for ADV uh, because she was like, I really don't know if I want people to know who I am. And then, within a couple of years, American voice actors are doing the panels as guests and so on.
I've been doing conventions now since 1997, more than 300 of them.
I mean, it was a long time ago, but I was invited to do a couple of conventions here and there and got to meet a lot of really interesting, cool folks.
And I think when I attended some of the anime fan shows here in the Houston area, a lot of people getting excited about it, long lines of people that wanted to talk to different voice actors involved in it and things like that.
We did a con together when the first film was released in maybe 2003 or 2004.
I was being invited to cons as late as 2006, which was wonderful. And after that, they very naturally, sort of like, I'm kind of yesterday's news. I get it. I mean, I wasn't current in the business, and that's fine. It was really wonderful to be invited.
And when I'm at conventions and stuff, I sign a lot of Gendo prints.
Comicpalooza is kind of the Comic-Con of Houston, and we've been doing it for many years. The podcast has been a part of, different like panels, and like we've done like when they have like the podcast area, we've had our own booth, and a couple of times like I was I guess just kind of interacting with some of the people that were just voice actors and we were involved in some of that stuff. And then, I said I was Toji, and there was like a little group formed, and again, I wasn't in it for the money at the time, and I was just happy to like, oh, will you sign a couple of our things? And I would sign whatever that they had. I was like, yeah, no problem. And it was kind of cool.
The most notable are when I've done a couple of conventions where people have cosplayed Hikari, and that's just the most exciting fun thing.
I love seeing the Asuka cosplayers, and people are really creative. So, I've seen people doing pretty much all of the different plug suits, even though, the original one is still definitely the most common, most popular one. I've seen people cosplaying as different versions of Asuka that they'll take outfit that she's wearing in a figure and make a cosplay out of that.
Oh, the Rays are so adorable. I love the Ray cosplayers. There was the only one that really stood out to me is at this one convention, one girl did the scene. Remember when Ray just gets out of the shower and just got her underpants on and the brown thing on her front? Some girl did that as a costume in the early days of cons, and they made her go back to the room. So that stands out in my mind, but I love all the Rays.
I have seen a few that were extraordinarily good. And I look at the detail that they put into the costume, the pose, the gloves, the everything. And there was one fellow that, I can't remember his name now. I'm so sorry. But he and I, on two different occasions at two different cons, he was dressed as Gendo, and we got on opposite sides of a table wherever we happened to be, and we had a Gendo off where we both were looking at each other like this and basically trading insults back and forth until one of us cracked up. He won one, I won one, and so it ended as a draw. That was fine. But he had a very good costume. He looked the part very good.
I did a convention in Houston, and my little 13-year-old cousin showed up cosplaying Hikari. I knew she was coming, and I knew she would be cosplaying because she's great. She's won a lot of cosplay competitions, but I didn't know she was going to cosplay one of my characters, and then it would be Hikari. So that was...
So cosplayers, if you are listening, you are watching, please tag me in your photos because I love it. Every Mori cosplay I have seen has been fantastic. I love the pink costume, her pink plug suit, but I love it when people cosplay in her green one because you don't see it a whole lot. I think Mari is so cool because she also has glasses. So I love seeing cosplayers who wear glasses and, they have to wear glasses. I've had conversations where people are like, I love playing Mari because I don't have to worry about trying to stick contacts in. I can wear my glasses, and they'll get frames that kind of match. And I love that. I love that for them.
I actually asked one of the conventions if I could cosplay like myself, but I guess they really leave that for the people who attend, which makes sense. But I was like, I want to dress up. I want to dress up as her.
So also back in college, I cosplayed as Misato, and my boyfriend at the time, now husband, cosplayed as Evangelion Unit 1, and one of my other friends cosplayed as Ramiel, the diamond-shaped angel. Yeah, we dressed up for Otakon and did a little skit. So
Yeah, so I do not remember exactly how I met the twins, John and Andrew, but at the time they were 13, and their mother, Helen Wheel, I guess I should say their last name, she was really an expert seamstress, and they asked me, one of the boys asked me, if we made you a plug suit, would you wear it? And I said, sure, of course I would. So I went over there. I mean, they were such a nice family. And she took the measurements. She made it. She dyed the fabric, and it was this kind of like cotton lycra fabric. And the boys helped make it. These little doodads right there on her plug suit. On mine, they're actually the caps off of film canisters, those little plastic 35 millimeter film canisters, which nobody nowadays has ever seen because everybody has digital cameras or like just a camera on their phone. But so little touches like that, and the guys made the neural interfaces, which I always called the hoo-hoos. They made those things. They took a styrofoam egg and cut it in half, and they painted it, and they hot glued barrettes onto it. So that was my little hair things. And they were just awesome. And I got a pair of red flat shoes that I put on with it, and I went and bought myself a pair of red gloves to wear with the outfit. And about a year or so after that, I ended up getting the school fuku. That was like a pre-made, one, like a factory made thing. It was not a homemade kind of a deal, but I got that, and I wore both of those to conventions for 2 or 3 years after that. I did wear them, and then I added in the chocolate misu cosplay from Sorcerer Hunters. I had that one also. And it just really got to be so much of a thing, like so time consuming, and getting into the costume, and I would put in contact lenses and spray paint my hair red and all this stuff. And I just, oh man, it was just too much. It just got to be too much for me. So now, it's all about the anime t-shirts. So see me at a convention, I'm probably gonna have my Asuka earrings and a t-shirt, and that's what you're getting. There's no more cosplaying. If you can see that door right there that's open, there's a closet just on the other side of that door, and that is where my costumes are all in a closet. It's just right over there. They're all in there.
Well, put it on!
I haven't even unzipped this garment bag in probably years. Okay, let's see. And it's right here. There it is. There's the plug suit. It's right there. And the let's see if you can see these. That is a film canister cap right there, but you can see this is just stickers with the 02. Yeah, but there it is. There's the plug suit. It's right there. It's still in the bag. Still has the shoes in the bottom of it. And the other thing that's actually in here is my Monster Hunter's costume. Yeah, my chocolate misu. They're both in there. So, yep, they still exist. Like I said, first time that this bag has even been opened in many, many years. The last time I wore it was at a convention in 2007, I think. Yeah, 2007. That was the last time I wore it in public. Just one of these days. Yes, still in its little red tartan garment bag. Still looks like it's okay. Yes, and thank you so much to Mrs. Wheel for making it for me all of those years ago. That's so crazy that it's been such a long time. And the first time I ever cosplayed in that as Asuka was at Project A-Kon in Dallas in 1998. And I thought that I should enter the cosplay contest because I thought, well, if they, went to all this trouble and made the outfit, then I should wear it. And I mean, I'd never done really a cosplay contest or anything, but I went back and watched an episode, watched a scene. I was like, okay, well, I'm going to do like a little monologue. I'm going to do a scene from the show. And I did, and it was the kissing scene. Hey, Shinji, do you want to kiss me? And I memorized that dialogue and I did it in the sketch, my little one-person sketch that I did. And I'll never forget this, that one of the prizes that was being awarded for this cosplay was best recreation of a character. And I did not win that prize. Even though I was actually the real voice actor, I did not win the best recreation of the character. And I was like, well, that was pointless. So that was the only time I ever actually did a cosplay contest, but that was pretty funny.
Number 13, North American voice actor for Asuka, Tiffany Grant.
I need a little help. Since Spike Spencer isn't here to do Shinji, if you could all just pretend like you're all Shinji, okay? This scene is from episode 15. One of my favorite scenes, okay? You ready? Is everybody Shinji? Hey, Shinji! You want to kiss me? No! Kissing! You know! Have you ever done it? No! I got nothing else to do? Or are you scared? Right! Did you brush your teeth? No! All right then, here I come! Oh, stop breathing! It's tickling me! Oh, I should never kiss the
Tiffany Grant doing Asuka.